It's a mess. It's pretty bad, but finally out of the service truck, so I can actually start working on some projects around here and kind of give you an overlay of the shop. So over there is kind of storage and tools. There's a Harley back there and a bunch of engines on that side. And then I've got the 427 here for the Model A that I'm working on. And then there's the train station, you know, this mess. And it's actually cleaner than it was when I left it, because when I left it, it was over a year ago and working 6 days a week. Kind of sucked, but gave me a chance to find the job that I want to do, and that's classic restoration. So this is just my shop for side work or my personal work, but check out some of the projects. This is Danger Ranger. It's I got it for 200 bucks. It was wrecked all the way up the passenger side, so can't really tell anymore because we beat the hell out of it, but this whole side was run up a guide wire, ripped the axle out of the back. You know, just tore it up and really bent the control arms down there, but we put some new ones in. They don't look new, obviously, because we've mudded the truck, but right up under there you can see a little bit of damage. And that's where it got run up the guide wire, but the front end was blown off of it, so didn't have anything to work with on that. But we actually dove-nosed it. See if I can get the hood open. Ugh. So the hood's not coming open, but it's a 4.0 V6. It even has AC. I gotta get a compressor for it. It's our Gambler 500 truck, but it's turned into a pretty awesome ranch truck. Some interior shots for you. It's a mess because, you know, it's a mess. It'll be fine. But everything in here works, aside from the automatic transmission that no longer is in here. It's now a 5-speed. So if you want some tips on how to do that, I can make a video on that, show you what I did. And there's some of the armor and some rubbish, but it's mostly just to keep the rocks from beating up the electrical and everything in here. It does all the starting and, you know, the fun stuff. We did put a 8.8 with 31 splines in the rear. It's from a 95 Explorer. And I do have a truss for it. I just haven't put it on yet because I gotta trim it and you don't really need it yet. But this is a flatbed. I got this section left to finish. Trying to figure out if I want to put a winch there or move all this forward and put a winch back here with some sort of like deal in here. But it's got the super wing, super lights, tons of horsepower right here, like tons of horsepower, tons. And then, you know, just awesome. And then we have the Bronco. It's my neighbor's. Just a 302, did a whole wiring harness on it. Electric fans, it's got a Taurus 2-speed fan in it. It's EFI, it's a Holly sniper setup. And it's pretty good. He's happy with it. Just put a radiator in it. Getting a little warm, but it's doing a lot better now that I figured out some issues with the sniper unit. But has Tom's Bronco parts, I believe, lift kit, body lift. We actually dropped the body, so it's less of a lift, but all the suspension's been done on it. Rides like a brick, but it's all right. It's a Bronco. And I got the 57. And this thing's just awesome. Beautiful car. Not perfect by any means, but it is a sweet, sweet car. Ugh. And it's, I don't have the keys with me right now, but it's fairly complete. It's not bad. It's a wild ride for sure. I got a crack in the window, but all in all, this thing's solid and it's a lot of fun to drive. Get you inside the power barn, as Derek calls it. It's a 450 horsepower small block Chevy, Vortec heads, full exhaust system, 4-speed, Saginaw. We'll get vintage air eventually, but for now it's fine. And we'll get it running. I mean, it runs, but I'll make a video of it because that's a wild, wild ride. And then we got my truck, which currently putting Super Duty front axles on it. It's not fully welded in, it's just all tacked up, but just still working on it. Kind of lost steam and then ran out of time, and now that I got time again, I just gotta get back to it, but I will eventually. It's gonna have a 5.8. It's gonna be set way back into the firewall. That way oil pan clears and just helps with the driveline angles and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna have about 10 miles in front of this thing to from about here back is gonna be nothing but dead space. So I'll be able to just stand inside of it and close the hood and take a nap, you know, all that fun stuff. But what I'm really working on is the Model A. It's a complete car? No. It's like a third of a car. But I got the cab tilted up because I'm working on the bottom of it so that I can build the frame out. And I got my nose section fabricated. It's just welded on the bottom there, but I'm gonna brace it to that center support, and then I gotta notch these to fit those frame rails, and then it'll be Z notched off of those, or Z framed off of those, and we'll be putting the axle from that truck right there, the Dana 60, into this car with this front axle. This guy right here. And it's got the no brakes. But you don't need brakes right now. I'm trying to figure out if this looks like early Mustang mounting hardware, so I'm gonna try and get some 65, 68 Mustang brake rotors and hardware and everything and get this thing set up. But I've been having hell trying to identify what it is or exactly what make it is, but if I can get brakes on it, it won't matter because I got all the steering and whatnot. And this is the old frame that I cut the center sections out of. This is an original frame that was kind of cut and hacked to mock up the length I wanted, but it's just too far gone to do anything with, so it's gonna be sent over to the scrap in there and it'll sit there. But plan on doing something goofy with the headers like this, have them come up and out, but I don't know yet. Oh, and this is brand new GM Performance Crate engine. This was for the 57 over there, but it sat too low, and my old man put that small block in it. So this engine has never been ran in 20 years, and it's brand spanking new on the inside. nothing's been done to it. It's literally sat for 20 years. So I put timing chain, head collapse lifters, so I did all that, cleaned it out, put new head gaskets. So the goal is get the frame built so we can run this with those and make lots of noise, and eventually get this thing rolling along. But enough talking. Guess I'll get to some work. And no, it's not going to be yellow. That's just the paint I have to cover it. So it's just what's going to be there for now until I get black, because I paint everything black for some reason. I don't know. Weird childhood. Told I couldn't own a black car, so every car I have now is black. But that's how it goes. So this piece here with all the runs, gonna fit right in here. This, and with this, we're gonna mount the frame rail along here and have it bolted down through it. This will help stiffen up the cab area too. I gotta make doors, because doors for this thing are like $1,500 a pop for a complete door that's not even original. So I don't want to pay for that. I paid $600 for this and the title and got a frame. So now when you want to go weld this, make sure it's all rusty and crusty, that way your welds don't stick. I don't want to take too much off of it because it's pretty thin as it is. It's not like structurally tore up, but I don't feel like grinding through it and killing it. But this is basically what we're going for. I'm gonna weld it here all the way down, and then get this corner area somewhat smooth, so that, because you'll see that when the car is built. And then I'll weld it in here, weld it on the seam all the way down, and then down here, I'll show you. Down here it's fairly rotten. Like, this is pretty thin. So once I get this welded in, it'll kind of help maintain the structure of this floor, because this is the floor. And then I can take and cut this out and match it on another piece. And I'm not too worried about having it exact, because I really just want a flat surface for the frame rail to sit on top of, make it a little easier for me to make the back half of that frame, and we'll go from there. And I thought about notching it and doing all that, but I kind of like the high boy look, and it'll keep the trans out of my teeth, so it'll look all right. It's gonna be hopefully on bags, but there's a lot of rot just everywhere, so I have a pretty good amount of patch panels for all that. I just don't feel like cutting it up yet, because I just don't feel like it. I can build the car and then do the patch panels later. I'll do this corner down here because this is kind of where I'm already working, but I'm not terribly concerned over it. Yeah, I'm building this car, kind of a tribute to my grandfather. Passed away in 2018. That was pretty rough. He had a Model T. He had a few 57s, 55 Chevy Bel Airs kind of thing. Camaros, you know, he had a lot of cars. So build this as a tribute to him, call it Bullet Bob, because that was his nickname. And I think with a 427 and a 4-speed, it'll be plenty fast enough to deserve that nickname. So, and give some credit to, well, a lot of the credit to Derek from Vice Grip Garage and David Freiberger and everybody from Roadkill, just getting the inspiration back to get back to work on my projects, because I kind of lost my way for a while, and it'll be nice to get back to them. Get a lot of this work done. Get a lot off my plate. So hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm gonna get this welded in and see how far I get, and I'll give you an update. So a guy went ahead and just blasted through some work. This is the after. It's pretty nice. It'll look good and it'll sit how I want it to on the frame. And then we'll get to that later. I'm not terribly worried about that right now. I got this side left to do. It's got some mud dauber action, but it's also just as bad. So we'll be taking care of that when I get to it. But I also went ahead and started cutting some of the frame. So this is 2x6. This is 3/16. Yeah. So I notched it to fit. Notch that out of it. And then this tube is 2x3 1/8 wall, and it will it'll slip in like that, get welded through here, the little buzz box, a zapper, and then I'll plate it on the sides to lock it in good, and then I'll plate this down onto the other piece that goes right here. And when that's done, I'll be able to snag that, toss it in that, weld it down, get my cross member in, maybe wire it and fire it. I gotta figure out a radiator though. I got little tykes over here, which is definitely not gonna cool that big block, because it could barely cool 302. So there's that. And then we got the big old Kamehameha one over here, the big ass beast over here. Got this guy, which I believe is a 4-core from my 71 F250, which I was gonna get a new radiator anyways, but we got that one. And my only concern is the grillage or radiator coverage deal, because this not exactly very big, and even little mini tykes just barely big enough for it. Come on, work with me, come on. Here we go. Yeah, so all that effort to try and line that thing up for a 2-second shot, but you know, it's just how ADHD works, ADD, all that fun stuff. And then this, oops, didn't hurt it. It's like 14 miles wide, so may have to do some figuring. I might use that big radiator to break in that engine, and then spend the money on a Model A radiator that can handle the BTUs of the big block, because I have the hoods that I want to put on it. And then I got a crazy idea for side pipes, so see if I can get one mocked up and show you guys. So guys, thinking on it, I think this would be pretty rad. I can cut them here, just mocked up for now, but cut them about right there. Maybe weld some washers in there for back pressurage, but I'm starting to like it. And with how narrow this front end area is down here, it might actually end up looking pretty snazzy. We got the same action on this side. Ugh. Come on. I think that'd be pretty sweet, especially on a Model A Ratrod. And the goal is go loud. So I think would be plenty loud. I'm not gonna cut it till I get it onto the frame over there and see how it sits. But I think that'll be pretty sweet. And then I can downturn it in this general area, see how far it is, and downturn it and then run the pipes all the way along the side of it. And that'll hide the frame that's sitting right here. And it'll just be straight side pipes. Big block Chevy. So we'll see how that goes. But Ranger Danger's doing fine. So we'll be back. Alright, so I went ahead and got all of it done. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do what I want it to do. It's all welded in. And then we just got these corners down here to take care of, which just deciding on how I want to do it. It's not that it's difficult. I just want to make sure it's flush this way so that we don't have any teeter-tottering. Custom run in the paint helps add horsepower, and then fingerprints definitely add horsepower. So, but don't worry, you won't be seeing it. But the got it all braced up and everything. So next we move on to the frame. I'll get my angles on how I want these to sit, because I want them to come up and then straighten out to be parallel with the front, but wider. So just got to work on that and get that engine set in the frame. And then we're that much closer to starting it for the first time in 20 years. Which is hard to believe, but it's true. But I think I'm going to call it there for today. It's not bad for one day's work. Not even really a full day, just me screwing around. But I hope to get at least a video a week done. I don't know if it would be this on like the Model A every week, but my goal is to get this thing rolling with the engine in it, because I still have drive shafts and I still have the front brakes to do, and I've got a rear axle, so I'm not terribly concerned over that. But yeah, I'm trying to make as much progress as I can with the old Model A. But I did end up getting this notched out, so we can start playing with angles and getting this thing sitting down on its own weight eventually. But got some goodies over here. Gotta fix that tractor exhaust. I smashed it, but back over here in the stash, I got some link arms, so I might use these for the rear. I've got 2 of them, and just need to get some rod ends. It's not a big deal. I think those are 3/4, but get some rod ends, get those onto that axle, and have a fully linked Model A. But let's go check out the 57, because I gotta bring it back in. Gotta park her in the garage so she don't get rained on or baked. But the way y'all can hear it, because this thing sounds amazing. Alright. See how many pumps this takes. I'm betting 2 pumps. Gas tank key. There's 2. enjoy some of the chop. Don't get much better than that. Just mean. There's that one. Guess we can go grab the Audi. The lame Audi. The Ranger is the catch-all to everything. So, that's why it's got a bunch of crap in it. Nothing cool about this, it's just an Audi. With a traction control light on. Oops, don't know how that happened. Oh, the stereo stopped working. Oh, there we go. Nothing fun to do with this car because, you know, 4-banger with a turbo that's pretty tuned down is not exciting. And the car is fun to drive, but nothing. Just amazing. So. Creeper on in there. Try not to run over anything. And that's it. At least for the Audi's sake. Ugh. Yeah, we're golden. Nailed it. And this key. Key don't lock it, so that's nice. See if the old Branco will start up. Doubt it. There we go. We'll just drive with the hood up. It'll be fine. Hang out there. See if it'll start. Needs power first. I'll be right back. It's not happy. Come on. Come on. Man, you are not a happy camper. That's first. Hear the vacuum leak, I'm sure. Oh, hey, it's charging now. Oops. Did not happen. not be the happiest, but you know, it'll be all right. Hey, shut. That's nice. And we got the Ranger. We'll be taking that home, but I did say I'd take you along in the old Danger Ranger. See if I get you to stay put. But she's not comfy. Just wait for the starter. Just wait. Sounds mint. It's definitely shimmed right and all that good stuff. That's the old Danger Ranger. Lives in 4 Low. Yeah, y'all couldn't stay. It's all good. It's the property and the Danger Ranger. Take it easy, guys.